the Southern Tier's first full week back in school. The student athletes are not only getting back in the groove academically, but trying to improve on the courts. The Patriots went to Spartans land. Main elbow star for the beginning of the season has been Preston Auger, who drained a three. He finished with 16, but it was Zubair Griffin stealing the show. He had 27 points. This three put Binghamton up by 10 in the second quarter, but it was Chase Buckley hoping to spark a comeback as he hit a nice mid-range, but that was not enough. Elijah Johnson said splash town. He's going to hit a corner three. The Patriots went 61-55. And the Tigers taking on the Golden Bears. And Chris Ziegowitz gets it to Jeremiah Dirsawan for an open layup. Then it's the Tigers' Joey Generali. Watch, he's going to get a dime right here for Dom Amadessa. Yui, they could not be stopped. Andre Williams goes coast to coast for an and one. JT Gannon had 25 points from Vestal, but that was not enough. The Tigers won 79-50. The Saints hosted the Warriors. Seton Catholic's Allen Eagles soared up in the air like his last name. Watch, he's jumping up there and gets that put back too. What's your name about? It's the captain, Jimmy Fitzgerald, with a nice pump fake to make this a 1-point ball game in the third quarter. The Saints, Brian Dempsey, he said, "I'll do it myself." Takes it up the court for a layup. He led the team with 17 points. Shingle Valley's Alaka Murat said, "Give me that," and one. Saints won this though, 74-57. Now to the rest of the boys' scores. Waverly and Oneonta cruised past opponents at home, while Norris took down Windsor on the road. The Express and Blue Devils could not be stopped. The Lions barely getting a victory against the Crusaders. Onto the girls' side, Sydney and Delhi. They had no problems in their matchups. The Trojans, Josie Dutcher and Abby Honor each had 11 points to beat New Antigua. Elmira and Moravia completed a sweep against Lorette and Grizzlies. Kenor had no problems at home, winning by 40.